Hey guys, it's Ramona here coming back at you with a new video. Now, over on my Instagram, I asked you if you would be interested in a back to school haul from me. Now, I know a lot of you probably already sent your kids back to school, or if you're homeschooling, you probably already started homeschooling. But I did get quite a few of you requesting to see what I got. A lot of the things that I have now, I had ordered it earlier in the year, so collectively it looks pretty massive, you know, when it's all together. I don't know if you guys know this, but Target does extend their teachers discount to homeschoolers as well, and your girl definitely put her teachers discount to good use. So without further ado, let's dive into what I got for the kids for our 2022-2023 homeschool year. I'm gonna start off with my Target haul. Again, that's where I kind of went the most crazy, but I mean, I justify it as, hey, I got a teacher's discount. It would be crazy for me not to take advantage of it, right? So if it's something that I know we're gonna need throughout the year, might as well stock up on it now versus trying to purchase it at full price later, because I think the discount ends in September. I have this 28 pack Elmer's glue. I think I paid like $8 for this pack. I got two of these 3-ring binders, and these are the D-ring binders, so it can hold more items. What I think I'm going to use this for is I'm going to use one binder for like our best work throughout the year, because that's something that I didn't really do last year with our homeschool. Whenever we were done with our unit study or whatever we were studying, I would just kind of throw everything in like a bin, or whatever like free space I had laying around. But I really want to be intentional about keeping their best work and having it as a memento, and it also serves as a portfolio. So God forbid the state come knocking and they're like, hey, what are you doing in your homeschool? I could just hand them over this binder and they can see for themselves. I got new pencil cases for the kids. This one is Crayons. This one is Zuri's. I think they were like 50 cents or $1.50, something like that. I'll put it below if I find the correct price. These for sure were 50 cents. So I doubled up on this. I like the jumbo crayons for Zuri because, you know, she is still learning to write and to grasp pencils and crayons, so the jumbo size just makes it a little easier for her while we're still working on our fine motor skills. But obviously Caden's gonna get to it too, but it's all good. I also got headphones. They were gifted 2 tablets, well, 1 each. During our homeschool, I rotate between the two, so if I'm working with Caden, you know, Zuri's off doing her own thing, but if she's playing with her tablet and I need her to, you know, I need it to be quiet so that Caden could concentrate, boom, she has her own headphones now. Well, this is Caden's. And this is Zuri's. So my kids are comic book nerds or comic book geeks, however you want to call it. Their dad is really into comic books and video games and all those things. So because of that, when I saw this notebook, I felt like I had to get it for him. Originally, I was going to use this for spelling words or, you know, just vocabulary words or copy work, but I ended up getting something else. But I mean, this was too cute to pass up. Kids, you can never go wrong with getting notebooks for them, right? They're always going to need notebooks. So if he doesn't use it this semester, we'll definitely hold off on it and he'll have it for next semester or next year. So this was just too cute, and I think this may have been like $3, but I don't mind spending $3 for this notebook because look at it. It is so adorable. And it's just your college ruled size paper. I also got 2 packages of these sheet protectors. As you see, 100 comes in a box. So we'll have sheet protectors for days. And obviously those are going to be used for the 2 binders. But in this Target box, I see the kids already got to it. I have a little table organizer so we can put our pencils, crayons, you know, whatever little things we'll need for the day, that for whatever we're working on. We can assemble it all in here. I did purchase one last year from Dollar Tree, but this one, obviously, it's a little bit more well made, a little sturdier, it looks nicer, so I had to get that. Guys, look at this. The one box I opened, and of course, the kids already got to it. Look at this. Where are the crayons? Where are the crayons? But anyway, I got the 24 pack Colors of the World crayons. If you know anything about us, we want to encourage things that represent us. When I was growing up, I wish these type of crayons were available to me, and it warms my heart to see that when my kids do color a person, they use the brown crayon because it's a reflection of them. I think I got 2 packs of the Color of the World crayons. I got 1 pack of the fine tip markers. I got 1 pack of the Ticonderoga pencils. I had bought a pack like years ago and we still have some left over from that. So I just figured instead of bulking up so much, we only need like 1 extra pack of these. So can't go wrong with Ticonderoga pencils. They are my favorite brand for pencils. I also have regular markers, a pack of these erasers. These were also a few cents. Doubled up on the markers. This is another pack of the fine tip marker. Another pack of erasers. Everything in this box is going to be markers and crayons. That's pretty much the gist of it. So we have more markers. When I tell y'all I stocked up, I stocked up. Okay? Because you know, crayons and markers, those are the first things to get lost, broken, dried up, the first things you have to replace. So I said, you know what, let me just stock up now so I don't have to worry about it. So more markers, more crayons, more markers and crayons, more crayons, and all of the rest of the Color of the World crayons that were in a crayon box, the one that was empty, yeah, it's down in this box here. Now, I'm not even gonna take it out right now, but I did also order a storage unit. I didn't have a designated place to put all of our homeschool stuff. So that's why I got myself a storage unit specifically for that. Okay, I think that is it for Target. So now let's move on to Amazon. Now, if you've been following us on our Instagram and if you keep up with our stories, you know that we love to share most of our homeschool activities. Both of my children learn best when they're doing more hands-on learning. So that is what I wanted to incorporate more this year. A big focus that I have for my son is for him to learn and master tying his shoes. So what I purchased was a Melissa and Doug wooden lacing shoe. One of our final projects that we did with our spring unit study. And if you want to take a look at that, I will link it somewhere above here or put it in the description bar below. But we did a butterfly study and the kids really enjoyed that. So I figured since we started to create a garden, what is an insect that helps with our garden? Ladybugs. So we are going to observe and raise our own ladybug. And this is our ladybug ecosystem. And I purchased a ladybug book. Another focus for Caden that I have is for him to learn and master telling time. So with that, I purchased a little clock here. Melissa and Doug Products is just the GOAT, okay? Like, I remember having this same clock in my daycare when I was younger. Being that both Caden and Zuri know how to read, I really want to strengthen their phonics skills. So I purchased the Alpha Phonics book. And I love it because, of course, it has a teacher manual in the back, so it really goes over in details how to teach. This is, for example, the first lesson. So it's really just bringing them back to the basics of the English language and learning and mastering skills that I feel like Caden should have mastered by now, like blending sounds or what sounds certain letters make. Sometimes he still mixed them up. Sometimes he have trouble with blending sounds. So I wanted to make sure that he masters those like technical skills, which is why I want to bring him back to basics. But honestly, I got this book for Zuri. I have seen so many great reviews about it, and I'm excited to dive in and teach the kids. Going back to our garden I had mentioned, we're still going to be going over materials from this gardening book here. So this is also a book that we had last year that we're going to continue to use in our homeschool this year. Something that I notice my children really need help with is learning how to be grateful. And so this year I'm going to be really intentional about teaching them the art of gratefulness, right? So of course this can be a first world problem or just this generation problem, because honestly, like, if you think about it, they were literally born into technology. They were born with like a phone in their hand and access to all these different technologies that we didn't have growing up. And it is so easy to, you know, take things for granted. So with that, I purchased these two books from my girl Christine over on Blooming Brilliant. And we are going to take time out the day to express our gratitude. Another book that I purchased from Blooming Brilliant is our homeschool planner. You guys know how much I rave about this all the time. I will put a video here or in the description box if you want a more detailed video that goes over this planner and why I love it so much. I will link it below. But I just wanted to add a few, I want to touch on a couple of things that might be new to the planner that I think will be really helpful. And that is to have a weekly check-in. Okay, then we have meal prepping. So with this planner, not only are you going to be able to organize your homeschool life, but you're going to be able to organize your life overall, because homeschool is definitely a lifestyle and it is not something to be taken lightly. You really have to stay on top of your organizational skills and on top of your priorities. And that is one thing that I kind of struggle with, is being organized. So I love that this is like a life book, okay? This is not just for homeschool, although obviously it is called a homeschool planner, but this is for your life. They have meal plans and budgets and weekly check-in, and it's just so great to have, you know, these type of monthly reviews. You know, you have monthly reviews, you have a reading list. There's so much to this planner, which is one of the reasons why I love it, because this is really going to help me stay on track, not only with homeschooling, but with everything else that I have going on as a stay-at-home / work-from-home mom / content creator. It is a lot, okay? So this book is definitely going to save me a lot of time and headache. Going back to language arts, this was actually Caden's book, the 100 Days of Spelling and Word Study. I had got him the kindergarten and the first grade level just because I didn't know like how advanced or not advanced the book would be. So I figured let me just get him one of each and try him out with both and see what he does well with. So he was able to use the first grade level. So I figured, well, I'll just leave this for Zuri. So I'm not going to use this for Zuri this semester, but maybe in the spring semester, I will introduce this to her. Something that Zuri has been obsessed with for the past month or so is the human body. And we purchased the Human Body book. I am obsessed. I love books that bring learning to life, and this is definitely one of those books. I wanted to get her the Operation game, you know, with the toy with the man and you pull out the organs and whatever it is. But I realized that it was for 7 and up. I found another game that is more age appropriate for her, as well as a little workbook. So we're really going to dive deep into learning more about the human body. I'm very much a child-led learner. So whatever the kids express interest in, that is the path that we follow in terms of our homeschool. And of course, there's always ways to build a curriculum on what the children are interested in. So for Zuri, she's excited about learning about the human body. So obviously that covers science. But if we want to use that as a unit study, well, how can we incorporate math? We can count, you know, the different organs from the game that I purchased for her. We can take out the different organs and, you know, count them, maybe sort them by color or size. For reading, we have the workbook that I also bought for her. Not to mention this book as well, which she does read from. So that covers language arts. And then with social studies, hey, you know, let's learn about people from different countries. How do they live? What foods do they eat? And things like that. These are all great ways to incorporate your core subjects that you have to cover in your homeschool. You want to definitely check your state laws and regulations to see what are the core subjects you have to cover. So I'm very big on that, and that's a way to keep learning fun and entertaining, because, you know, especially at their age, it is very boring to sit down and just do worksheet or workbook after workbook after workbook. Kids, I feel, learn better, at least my children, I can only speak for my children. They work better when they are very excited and interested in what they're learning about. So I am definitely more of a Charlotte Mason type of homeschooler, where it's very child-led. It's very, you know, let's go out and explore. Let's, you know, go on field trips. Let's go to the park. Let's go out in nature. Let's let the sun beat down on our skin. I am very much that type of a homeschooler. So remember how I told you guys that I'm going to be doing a unit study on the human body for Zuri? Well, this is the workbook that I got for her. So this is a very gentle way to introduce science to kindergartners. We blank with our eyes. We blank with our lungs. Using the book as our main textbook, we're going to really dive into the human body. And from that, she should be able to fill out that page, that worksheet. But yeah, it just goes more into the cells, the bones, the muscles. There's a little cute activity with the skeleton, right? This would be cute to do for like Halloween. I don't know, we'll see. I'm still like planning out how I want our homeschool to go. I'm not somebody that can plan like months and months in advance, like in detail, because hey, life happens, right? And you gotta roll with the punches. But as far as the rest of August and September, I do have an idea of what I want to do, so I just need to sit down and plan that out. But it has a cute activity, and it says color the skull bones yellow, color the rib and vertebrae bones red, color the phalanges and fingers and toes orange. So I think, again, this is a great and gentle way to introduce the kids to learning about the human body and their body parts. And this is a game that I mentioned I purchased from, can you guess? Dun da da! Melissa and Doug. Tell y'all, Melissa and Doug is coming through, okay? They are the GOAT. One of my friends actually suggested this game to me. So I definitely had to get it as well. This is a squishy human body, and it has 21 removable body parts. So again, we're going to be using this game to kind of reinforce what we already learned. So I'm really excited, and I cannot wait to see Zuri's face, because I did tell her that I was getting her some toys on the human body, but I've been holding out because I wanted to unbox everything with you guys since you guys asked. But I cannot wait. I can't wait to see her face when I finally give these games to her. This is all child-led learning. I would not have thought to do that or to purchase a game like this if she didn't say to me or express to me that she's interested in learning about the human body. And this is something that she's been talking about for months, actually. So I know that she's really into learning about it. And so I figured, you know what, why not incorporate it in our homeschool lesson? Oh, when we went to the Homeschool Expo a couple of weeks ago, and if you haven't checked that video out, I will put it here or link it below, where I interviewed several vendors, so that way you can decide which curriculum from the ones that I interviewed, which curriculums will work well for your family and your lifestyle. But while I was there, I came across this brand, Cubits. They are STEM building sets. Okay, so this is for all of my kinesthetic learners. If they are creative, if they like to work with their hands, this is going to be great for them to just allow them to let their imagination lead them and create some beautiful structures. So I got two, one for Kate and one for Zuri, so they wouldn't fight. So this is the other one from Dollar Tree, because y'all, don't sleep on Dollar Tree now. Dollar Tree has a lot of name brand items as well that you can get for, well, now it's $1.25, such as these Crayola Chalk. Okay, so anytime you see any name brand items in Dollar Tree, snag them up, okay? Because it is so worth it to purchase it, obviously, from Dollar Tree than it would be from Walmart or a Target. I got 2 packs of these Crayola Chalk. Okay, so I got these primarily for Zuri. We are still practicing our handwriting. I am just obsessed with these tablets. I've been buying them ever since we were teaching Caden how to write. So as you see, it has the wide ruled paper and the dotted line in between, which is perfect for when you're teaching preschoolers and kindergartners how to write. So I stocked up on these. I think I got 4. I am currently still using the JDA math book for preschoolers, so I figured we'll just probably carry on with that. But I'm a sucker for a cute little activity book. This is something that we can take with us anywhere, if we're traveling, if we have a doctor's appointment, whatever life has in store for us. This is something that we can easily travel with. And look how cute, look how cute. I'm a sucker for a good package, guys. What can I say? I also got from Dollar Tree these Frozen themed crayons, because currently Zuri is obsessed with Frozen. Has she watched the movies? No, but she loved the songs and she loved anything Frozen related. And I don't mind. Again, we are more into teaching our kids about our culture, our history, other people of color's culture and history first, because how we see it, she's gonna have a lifetime of learning about, you know, Western culture or European culture. So I want to be intentional about teaching her about our own culture and heritage, as well as other people of color. As far as Disney movies go, she started out loving Moana, and then it was Moana first, then it was Lion King, then it was Aladdin. So if she wants to like Frozen now, go ahead, girl. And then, I don't know, I picked this up. I thought it might be useful. I'll check back later and let you guys know if we actually use it or not. This is the two-sided dry erase practice board. So similar to the manuscript tablet, this is a great way to have Azuri practice her handwriting. And it's a dry erase board, so obviously it's something that we can use over and over and over again. So that's really why I got it. Again, this is one of those things we can travel with. It's easy to tote around. Okay, we are down to the final box. This is from Amazon. Now this box I'm really excited about because another YouTuber, I got this from her, okay, and I thought that it was such a great idea. So Brittany Oga put me on to these notebooks that I thought were so cute. These notebooks are from School Nest, so it's just the second grade notebook, and whatever we're going to be covering for Caden, we are going to use this notebook for. And every grade have their own notebook, so whether your child is in kindergarten or 12th grade, you can get a notebook for your child. But from kindergarten to 3rd grade, all of the notebooks are going to look like this, okay? Now you guys know I'm really big on unit studies, and we do draw reference from a lot of picture books. So for an example, for copy work, I can have him draw one of the pictures that we saw in one of the picture books we were reading. I can have him copy the drawing and then write something that he learned about it. And this is something that I wish I had last year when we were doing our fall, winter, spring unit study. But something else I wanted to focus on more with Caden this year was writing. I realized that we didn't do a lot of writing this year, and I really want to have him do a little bit of reading and a little bit of writing every day. Like no matter what we are focusing on that day, whether it's math, science, he needs to do some reading and he needs to do some writing. So that's why I got this book. And then I got currently we're using a regular composition notebook, and I mean there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like because we would just pull whatever notebook we find or just grab sheets of paper, we weren't really intentional about his writing and his spelling. So I feel like having a designated notebook for just that, he knows that, okay, when we're doing language arts or when we're doing our spelling work, he will know to grab this notebook as opposed to whatever random notebook we have laying around. So again, this year we're being very intentional about the goals that we have for these kids and the things that we want to focus on with them. Now this year, I feel like I have a better understanding of what the kids need to learn and what they need to work on. So I wrote all of their areas of opportunity down in my notepad, and when I started to purchase the products and curriculums, I already knew what I needed to get based on my notes on my phone. Last but not least, we got these dry erase pockets. This is something else that's really good to have on the go. Again, we're planning on having an active homeschool this year. If we have like a worksheet that we need to work on, boom, I could just place it in here and it will keep it safe from the elements. If it's something where I need Zuri to be working on her handwriting skills, Maybe there's some letters I want her to trace and practice. I could put it in here. This is also another tip that I got from Brittany Olga. And yeah, we can just do that. Anything that's going to make your life easier as it pertains to homeschool, you really need to figure out your lifestyle, your current lifestyle, and the lifestyle that you think you'll have for that school year. If you're going to have a more active lifestyle, you need to get things that are going to be mobile friendly, travel friendly, things that you can pick up and go. If you're somebody that wants to be more outdoors, then maybe you might want a curriculum that's more nature based, and then, you know, that can kind of steer you on the direction to go when you need to choose a curriculum. Just learning the type of lifestyle you anticipate having. Of course, life will always happen, but the lifestyle that you think you might have in the foreseeable future, take into consideration what that lifestyle is, take into consideration your child's learning styles, and pick curriculums that will cater to that. So that is it, guys. Oh my gosh, if you see, you should see my feet right now. Like, it's a mess. I don't know how I'm going to organize everything, but that is it for my unboxing video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you found this video valuable at all, definitely give us a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends. The more you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, the easier it'll be for me to reach more people that might have questions about homeschooling, that might be on the fence about homeschooling, but they just don't know where to start, or they just need a little bit of guidance. By you guys engaging in my content or engaging with my content, it allows the algorithm to push out my content to more and more people so that I can help more people. So tell everybody about us and come back for another video real soon. All right? Bye.